I pulled OG Hulk from my 6-star crystal yesterday and I was mad. I was like, seriously?
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, we are back again to a little bit of normalcy with KT time, and today once again we have had extremely eventful week overall, not just for me personally but also quite obviously for the game itself. So we do have quite a lot of things to discuss, and hopefully we keep you guys entertained. Peeled to your screens. As always, a reminder, during KT time, we do read the chat the best we can, but we do not actively answer any kind of like mundane routine questions. If there is a very valued comment on a subject we are discussing, we will highlight it and we will point that out. Now, let's say hello to my wonderful co-host, Mandalorian, and let's get this thing started. Right?
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, KT. How are you?
Oh, better today. Feel that qualifies as a decent answer?
Yeah, no, that's a very good answer. You want to be better than you were the last day, always. So there you
Yeah.
go.
So, what are we going to start with?
Let's see.
Well,
What are we
I
going to talk
think,
about? Well, yeah, go ahead.
think, I think the most prolific, consistent, and the theme that we definitely do need to discuss by far in the biggest detail, and the thing that I believe has affected the largest amount of people, because quite literally every single person in the game has been affected by it in one way, shape, or another, is the bugs, the issues, the login
Yeah.
problems, the champion bugs. So, how have you
Uh,
been enjoying the experience in Marvel Against the Champions
well,
recently?
I'll be telling you the honest truth is it hasn't affected me as much as everybody else. I fortunately have been able to log in. I hadn't had any issues with the side event quest. Really, I feel bad because I've been very fortunate that I haven't had any issues really. I don't think there's been anything that's plagued me thinking back on it. I have heard many people have had issues, and I especially know about people unable to log in, period, on Android devices for many days. I hate that every time there's an update, like the first 48 to 72 hours is complete chaos of what's working, what isn't, what got messed up, what champions aren't working. Can I get in the side event quest? Is it bugged? If did I run it too many times the wrong way? I can't log in. Now the game's laggy. Nick Fury doesn't work. That's typically what we always are used to. I don't remember the last time we've seen something where people couldn't just log
Shut
in
up and
based
take
on
my
their
money.
device. That's insane.
Messiah $66 for 99. I'm only checking in so I don't get fined.
Thank you, Messiah, once again. I appreciate that. And yeah, so here's the thing: like, there can be a ton of bugs, and we are able to live with that. But it only takes the one bug
Yeah.
that prevents you from logging in the game for nothing else to matter at that point. Because that is the biggest,
Yeah.
the worst, the most horrible bug that affected a group of players. And at the very least, when the game goes down, it goes down for everybody, and you know you're going to be in the same boat with everyone, and you know for a fact Kabam is going to address it in somehow properly. But if there is, let's say, 10% or 5%, whatever percentage of the people, who is
Yeah.
still a very, very, very significant amount of people, because it's thousands of people, because this game is fairly large for a mobile game. And at that point,
Yeah.
it's so much scarier, because worst case scenario for them is exactly what's happening right now. A lot of them got kicked out of their alliances. A lot of
Yeah.
them lost out on a ton of rewards. And there is no
Yes.
set easy way how to make it right. And by the looks of it, I don't even think Kabam is gonna try it properly. Especially when we're talking about these login issues, you can see that there have been plethora of people
Well,
affected. Also,
this.
the
Yeah.
issue for logging in has been persistent for like over half a year, I believe, for a lot of people, where they can only log in
Yeah.
using Wi-Fi. To which I kind of posted a solution on my channel, and seemingly everybody who had that issue, for most part, that did help. Who were able to change their IPv protocols. But this new issue obviously was a separate one as well, and it has caused
It
a lot of problems for a lot of people.
What I can't believe is that, yeah, there needs to be some compensation for everybody that used Android that couldn't log in, and they can track who wasn't able to log in those days because not only do they miss out on calendar rewards, the alliances that kicked them, they did it at a point in time where, yeah, it was best for the alliance, but the cutoff for the season was already over, so they're going to miss out on all their rewards that they could have got. And if some of those earn very high platinums and even masters, I mean, it possibly could have happened in masters. I could see it happen more than anywhere else. That's insane, the fact that you just can't get on that device and it's not your fault and you're doing everything you're supposed to. Not only that, I mean, it was forcing people to update the game a day before the update, like the new content came out. Like if you were on the old version of the game, I remember hearing people say if you tried to log into the game and you had the old version, even though it was a day before that old version would be obsolete, they were getting the message saying you must
Yeah,
update
they
your app to the
forcefully
newest
had to
version.
update.
Yeah, they forcefully had to update. So not only did that happen, then you had the issue where they did have the refresh champions, but they were still in the maps where they're going to be replaced too. I mean, there's just a whole plethora of things, and Kabam needs. I mean, I'm not one that says compensation every 5 seconds. This kind of shit that's going on right now, if you don't compensate players and adequately compensate them, the ones that were really affected. I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying which ones were really affected. If you don't compensate them, and there's another issue we'll talk about later, which really everyone needs to be compensated, but um, if you don't, all you're going to do is drive more and more of
I
your
think they already
customers away.
destroyed a part of their player base. Well, not this part of their player base, but what I'm gonna say is this doesn't get resolved properly. A lot of people who had these issues will just move on because
Yeah,
they
I mean, who wants to
quite
play a
literally lost.
game?
And it's not actually just the stuff that they didn't earn or that they get kicked out from alliances. Currently, I believe you can have 3 active or 4 active daily cards, for instance, that you have actually paid money for. And at some point, when you have paid for a product that you're unable to access because of negligence of the company who sold you that product and no other reason, that's a as legitimate cause for a very, very valid refund for anything that they missed out for.
And
Like we have these
that's
Cow Crystal daily cards, Catalyst daily cards, Unit
yeah.
daily cards. Anybody who
The the
has any of those should get a refund.
the thing is, yeah, I didn't even think about that. And the problem is if Kabam, if you put in a support ticket, you're at the mercy of whoever gets that ticket and what their answer
Yeah,
is.
and if
Because
you
most of the
claim a
time,
refund through Apple, you're just gonna get in the
you just
negative credits and get punished for
yeah,
that
or
that way.
Yeah, or Google. Oh, not yeah, and that's the
Yeah,
problem. It's
Google,
like
sorry.
when they went to that particular way of handling refunds, they became like really stingy with giving refunds, and I wouldn't be surprised if people asking for refunds or an extension on their days or something like that were go told to F themselves, and
Yeah.
then the only way for them to get their money back would be to do that chargeback, but then you're losing out on ever buying another offer from them, which honestly they don't deserve my money at that point in time if they're going to treat customers like that. And they
Yeah.
need to stop thinking of us as players and start thinking of us as customers because damn it, we are customers.
Well, that is kind of like the thing because, like, to me, it's ever so obvious that either they are doing too much, which it's a
Right.
valid argument for. However, a game has to do a lot to retain people's attention, and I like the fact that they're trying to keep us busy and do many different things. But I also
Yeah.
see that it is more clear than it has ever been, and it's also probably going to be something that I mention later on in the podcast, that they simply either need better people working for them, or they need more people because the people are overworked, overstretched, and don't have time to check or test anything. I mean, like going just from the variety of errors that has happened over the last, let's say, 14 days. You can talk about no was just a typo buff. Like, really, they don't have anybody who can proofread. Like, you know what I mean? Is there nobody, like, you know that you're going to be posting a champion rework announcement. Is there nobody who can go through the numbers and proofread them in there, right? I make typos on my video titles, but uh, I make those typos because it's just me and I'm often rushing and I'm often just like posting a video, like, as in I type in and I immediately post it, right? So that is a very, very big problem. Right, I'm also having some technical issues right now. I'm trying to reconnect the Discord, but I think my Discord is acting up, which it does not want to load right now. So that's exciting. So let me restart my Discord, hopefully. But meanwhile, I'm just going to try and waffle on. So, as I said, we have had a variety of issues, starting from typos to whole platform like encompassing login issues. Then we had this not back event issues, but we had this side event quest, which typically every month a new side event comes. I try to be there on the spot and immediately record whatever is going on with that side event. And for the last several months, there has always been an issue. And this time I ran through the side event properly. Nothing happened. I was like, perhaps, like, at least this one is going to be right. But no, 2 days later, it turns out it's still bugged, where that Kabam said that you can quit out and basically collect whatever rewards you had earned up to that time. But turns out they do not respawn, so you just still end up missing on the rewards. And this is just yet another thing that's a problem. And again, like, if somebody quit out, I don't think Kabam has like actually sent out anything to anyone who missed out on rewards because of this. Because people were doing something that they told people to do, and therefore by extension I said people, it's okay, you don't have to be the boss, you have 3 leeway days, you can just go in, collect what you can. If you get stuck, you don't necessarily need to burn your revives.
Right.
And
Yeah, and I think the issue became they did say we're checking to see how this affected people or whatnot, but the problem is like, dude, there are people that lost keys because of you. At least one key. I mean, I doubt someone did it twice, but there's
yeah,
people that lost at least one key because of that.
and again,
And
like, putting it all together, it's not like the biggest thing. Let's say somebody missed out on 500 6 shards or whatever you can spawn there. Fine.
right.
It's not comparable to the bug of not being able to log in, but at the same time, it just piles and piles and piles and piles and piles on. And as I said, put all of this together, and it's been consistent, and it's been getting, I think, consistently worse. If anything, it's slowly but surely increasing in the frequency and the scope of how many people are affected. And this is how either the game dies, or this is how you get another outrage, boycott, whatever thing happening in community, where everybody is just fed up with Kabam. Kabam has done a lot of things right over the last year. Don't get me wrong, I have praised them when I feel that they deserve praise. I have obviously criticized them. But the fact of the matter is that over the last year, they have done a ton of things that are good for players, are more fun, more interesting, and are how things should have been in the first place. But at the same time, they have significantly dropped their already low standards when it comes to game quality and issues such as this. And
Yeah, I think that's part of it. They've done a lot to be more transparent for the community. Here's what I think happened. They they were running so thin for so long, and that could be blamed why they didn't communicate well and they didn't do this. So now the directive has come down. We're losing players, we're losing money because we're not communicating. We're doing anti-player things. We're being very heavy-handed with the way we do things. We don't compensate as well as we should. Um, and what they basically did was they started giving resources there, but what they didn't do was add on. And so I think what happened is they were stretched so thin already. Now that they're doing the things like communicating and letting us know and stuff, it's taking resources away from what would be making sure this stuff doesn't happen, making sure that, we don't have mess ups in the side event quest every damn month, having issues logging in, all this. And what's happening is that shit is getting worse and worse and worse, and it's pushing players away, and it's taken away from the good things they have been doing. Because yes, they've been doing a lot of good things, but they keep making the
but
same
nobody's talking about the good
mistakes.
things. Everybody's talking about the bad things
Yeah,
because bad
well,
things
that's because they keep
happen and
making the
happen.
same mistakes every
Yeah.
single month. Every single month,
I,
something
I
happens. It's
don't
the
remember a
same
single
mistake.
week where we went through without some sort of big issue.
I hate I hate being so goddamn negative when
Yeah,
it
me
comes
too.
down to
I
Kabam.
want to talk about awesome positive things. I want to talk about, I don't know, new abyss, new chapter of Act 7, variant 7, all that stuff. And I do, and I will as and when that happens. But I feel quite bad about the fact that if I want to be reflecting and representing the actual situation in the game, a lot of my content kind of has to be relatively sarcastic and negative because that is what majority we all see,
I
feel, and experience. Like I
there's
fully understand why a lot of content creators just don't cover any of this stuff or hardly any,
right.
because then yeah, you do run the risk of sounding moany or whatever else. But that is part of this game without fail. If you name three things what MCOC associates to you, like one of them is gonna be bugs, right? Another one's
I mean,
probably
that's
gonna
the
be
constant.
milk the
That's the
whales.
one thing you can always count on is the bugs. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. That's one thing you can always count on is bugs and negative player impact. Period.
yep.
Uh, what's unfortunate is there's two sides of the spectrum. You know, there's the spectrum of everything's horrible. I'm always going to be negative. Then there's the other side, which I hate to say it, but majority of the CCP is everything is roses. Every champion released is godly. No, Kabam can do no wrong. But the reality is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And what I hate is you and even we try and be in the middle and just give a fair picture of what's happening and kind of explain the frustrations. But the problem is it comes off as negative because it
There is
keeps
no equal
happening.
contrast on the
Yeah,
platform.
it's consistently buggy. It's consistently bad. It's consistently tone deaf. It's consistently giving us the finger, which we'll talk about more later regarding the Alliance quest this week. But it's consistent with the way they do those things, and it takes away from all the good that they're
Yeah,
doing
it
over
also
the
ruins a lot of
last.
excitement and enjoyment. Like, I can't get
Yes,
excited for
like
things the same way as I used to be able to because whenever a new piece of content or new anything gets announced, a very large portion of my brain is preoccupied thinking about what will probably be fucked with it.
KT, I was excited about this monthly side quest, and you want to know why? Because I was like, oh my god, I don't have to have a friggin' diagram to explain. Though they still managed to mess it up a little bit because you have to duel someone to get a key to get into it instead of just giving you the damn key. But regardless of that, okay, at least it's a little bit more straightforward than you have to do this many quests to get this euro to do this, but some people got double and all that, or, you know, you have to do this quest and use 2 tokens versus 1 token. Okay, it was easier.
This is another thing I don't really quite understand with Kabam right now. That, for instance, designing these all elaborate interactions, all sorts of new specific items and these side quests, when in reality, they could make it very simple, very, very streamlined. Yeah, log in, get a key, do a quest, done for a day, right? And it wouldn't make that much of a difference on player base, but it could take a lot less time and effort that they could use actually sorting some of their stupid shit out. But they just
It's
seem to be
it's
completely detached from what the problems are with the game and what they aren't, and they seem to be spending incredible amounts of time with pointless gimmicks and fluffy things people don't appreciate or don't really care for, but they seem to be ignoring like very major existential level problems in this game. Another
well,
thing,
yeah,
for example, is that incursions bug's still not fixed. You can still
don't
get as
even get,
many rare
yeah,
hacks
I
as you
know.
want, and you can just
I
crash through
I
incursions.
I just have stepped away from incursions. I don't touch it anymore. But what I was going to say is the thing is every single month the making it easy to access a side quest, I think, is what they took as okay, we were saying, or the player base was saying, okay, some of these side quests or some of these things are monotonous, they're boring, but okay, making me have to take 2 or 3 extra steps just to get to the damn side quest does not make it less boring. It makes it more
Yeah,
annoying. That's the
sure.
wrong thing you're looking at. I'm trying to look at more fun. I'm trying to look at more interactive
Yeah,
things. Why
some of
is
the
it
most side quests were some of the most fun and most loved side quests are also some of the most straightforward ones. Like
well, that's what I'm understanding. Okay, the player base, your paying customers. That's the way you need to look at it. Your customers love Mutant Treasure Island. They love Gwenpool Goes to the Movies. But yet you're telling people, we're not going to have that anytime again soon. It was
Exactly.
too good for you
I,
guys.
I,
What the F is your problem, dude? Like, do you not want to keep players happy? There's a balance between
no,
keeping players
no,
happy.
no, I actually do like agree. You know, I'd rather them reuse, let's say top 10 ever side quests once a year
Yeah.
for the next year and spend zero time reworking them aside from maybe updating rewards and adjusting difficulty levels. Actually, like pay some attention designing some actual content that people will want to play. You know. Uh,
Yeah.
like
That's what I'm
honestly,
saying.
that's a
Just
very simple fix. It's just for the next 12
do
months, run the most popular side quests, make new banners, rebrand them, recall them, make them like
Oh
thematically
no.
accurate. You know, like if I don't know Loki series come out, make it Loki themed, whatever,
KT,
but take exactly the same like base for it.
no. KT, think about it. They could do something even better than that. They could say, for the next year, we're going to celebrate the best of
Yeah,
our monthly side quests. They could not even have to redo a damn thing. They could
yeah.
say, we're going to reward the player base by having the top 12 most requested and celebrated side quests for the next 12 months. Give them 12 months where they don't have to do a damn thing when it comes
With
to
that,
side
and
quests.
they can actually work on designing
They
some
can
proper
work on
pieces
other
of
stuff.
content. But
How
yeah,
is it no one thinks of that stuff?
yeah,
How
I
is it
know.
no one thinks of
It
it?
really does
Like,
seem like that Kabam is very short-handed, and they're also kind of like stuck in a rut, and they're just kind of like going in a bit of a wrong direction where they're trying to either outdo them or overcomplicate everything. And that idea reflects itself in champion designs as well. Every new champion that has come out this year so far, not including, let's say, Jabari Panther, because I know very little about Jabari Panther. I haven't actually watched much info on
and
her.
Silver Centurion, because we don't
Uh,
know much about him either yet.
yeah, except excluding these
Except
ones,
this
champions,
month.
the first champions, the first 6 champions that have come out this year, have
Yeah.
all been incredibly complicated and almost without exception, incredibly useless.
Yeah.
They just want to make things more
Overcomplicated.
complicated, crazy, hard, read a Bible to figure out how it works, just like side quests, just like the new champions. And it's
I,
shit.
I, I can explain it to you in one sentence. Overcomplicated, underpowered.
Yeah, well,
That's the two thing.
to me, I
And when I
think it
say
just is a
underpowered, I mean
reflection of
you
somebody who's
can't.
too full of themselves. Like they think
Yeah.
they're all this and all that, and they're gonna make something that's so fucking intricate. When, like, I have been watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares, right? And there was this episode where a chef puts like 30 fucking things in a dish, and you only need 3, like, right, to make like the meal.
You know,
Make them good.
I think they really need to put a sign up at Kabam headquarters, and it needs to say "Keep it simple, silly." I mean, I
Yeah,
would say stupid, but I don't want to be mean.
yeah.
But keep KISS, keep it simple, silly. Because seriously, make things so complicated, champions so complicated. Now, I'm not saying
And then
I want to have
none of them work properly because they're so complicated.
well, and they don't need to be as basic as, and I'm going to be honest here, look at the abilities and the breakdown of Hawkeye. While
Yeah,
he's an
yeah, no, it's
okay
not just
champion,
Hawkeye. It's
it
like
doesn't need to
Ant-Man and
be,
stuff.
but look at like 2018 champions,
Yeah,
2017, 2018. They had a right balance there.
yeah.
That was when we
Yeah, I
got
think
Nick
that was like the
Fury,
best time of the
Warlock,
new
Doom,
champions, and most of the
Aegon.
top champions are from that era.
Yeah, 2017, 2018. That was the heyday. Now, since then, they've been one
Shit.
not wanting to release as powerful stuff, which last year came the year of mediocre champions. Fun, can be useful, mediocre though. And then this year is the underwhelming, overcomplicated.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Underwhelming,
it's gone
overcomplicated.
completely in wrong direction as far as I'm concerned. And it,
I
it, it,
I
it shows. It shows everything in this game. Like, we never used to how make 4 videos trying to best to explain side quests and strategies how you can gain the actual most amount of rewards. And you never had to
yeah.
read the Bible to understand how a champion works.
I would really like to see Kabam release numbers on their players like quarterly because something tells me their player base has dropped dramatically for the like I want to
It
say
hasn't
prior to a
really though,
year
I
ago
think.
is probably on the downward. It went up once they started making improvements, but I guarantee you all these bugs and everything, there's been another
Oh,
sharp
like let's say
decline.
over 3 months, there has definitely been a decline. I don't think it's like an existential decline, but I think it's something that
No,
is very worrisome and
it's
needs to be addressed immediately. Because I definitely do feel that over the course of last 3 months, the game has 100% lost more players than it has gained? I think so. And I would be extremely surprised if it was not the case.
What frustrates me is we've talked about this previously in the podcast this year. Make war all about materials like sig stones, nexus crystals, like champion stuff, and make AQ about rank up materials. That's the easiest way you could fix war and alliance quests. Real simple. And then with the side event quest, now we've got a fix for that. It's like if they would listen to people like us, and do a focus group or something, which I don't know who they're getting for focus groups when they decide to do them. But why is it they send out these surveys and then nothing happens with them? Why is it
Still
over
waiting for my
10
mastery
months ago?
adjustments, right?
Yeah, the mastery survey we got. The variant one, we're finally seeing another variant, but it took them 5 months to get there. I mean, last
I
one
think
was back
variant's
in
kind
December.
of on track though. With variant, I think it's fine. They're technically on schedule to release 3
I think it should have been every 3 months.
They committed
honestly,
to
but
3
we'll
variants
see.
a year, which is every 4 months, so that's fine.
They did say, did they confirm that? Because I never heard.
I believe that's what they committed to. But anyways,
Okay,
I might be wrong. Don't double check me on that. Either way, speaking of variants, that is where we're at, and it's about time we move on, because we spent 26 minutes bitching and moaning, and trust me, I could spend at least 2 hours on this.
Well, let me just say, we weren't, and I kept saying it the whole time, we weren't trying to bitch and moan. It's just we couldn't not. It would be a detriment to the community and the people watching if we were not honest.
Yeah.
And I hate that I have to say those things.
And that is my honest opinion. I think they're too full of shit. I think they're too full of themselves. They try to make things far too complicated. Every side quest needs a fucking instruction manual. Every new champion needs 7 instruction manuals, 3 videos, and like 4 days of practice to use them, and they're all shit.
Why do they make it so hard for me to love them as a company, to respect the people that are doing the good work there, and to give them fucking money? That's what I want to know. Why is it so hard for them?
And they're in such a privileged position where people want to spend money, but we don't really want to spend it on outside of.
I don't want a Winter Soldier and Falcon bundle, and they should have known that after week 1 that no one wanted it. But then they kept pushing it, and now they're going to keep pushing it for another 2 weeks. It looks like. So whatever.
Anyways,
okay, let's go with Variant 7.
Variant 7. Let's talk about Variant 7 because we do have full information about them. So let's quickly get to what we already knew about Variant, and let's get to the more specific things that have been announced.
Sure. I was saying sure. And by the way, KT, thank you for being so honest and open and letting me vent a little bit today.
It's okay,
too.
Don't worry.
And I'm glad that you have your channel back. I'm so happy for you, buddy.
We're gonna talk about it.
Well, I know we'll talk about that too, but yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, so Variant 7, the things that we knew that it is going to be called Arachnid Action, so they are skipping the Rocket Raccoon and Groot variant, which is fine by me. I understand that, not because they would never catch up otherwise, so they will skip some, and I actually kind of like that randomness, so we can't predict what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Arachnid Action. That featured Miles Morales in the storyline as he was getting released, and Miles Morales, coincidentally, is also a champion that's due to get a buff soon. On top of that, we knew that it will require hero champions. We did not know exactly how non-hero champions will be affected, because it wasn't exclusively said before.
Right.
And we also knew that there are going to be some class requirements. Now we do have concrete information on that. So the first and most significant. Sorry?
I was going to say, as well as we know when it's coming out, which is only in 3 days.
Yeah, so 3 days I'm going to be streaming it live straight up. Absolutely correct that.
And I'll be here. I'll be here for you, buddy.
So now that we do know some more details, let's go over with what we know for a fact. Number 1, any non-hero is effectively a synergy champion. Non-usable in battle. Even though I'm sure there's going to be some fucker who does the fights with like 5% of damage output and use guillotine 2099 or some shit like that. Just for
to do
the
it.
clicks. But hey, it's fair point. But yeah, basically, non-hero champions lose 95% of their damage output. Therefore,
useless.
Therefore, it's
though
unfeasible.
It normally doesn't affect their damage over time. But yeah, I know
it does affect this time though. But it specifically says including damage over time effects.
Okay, so they do this time.
Yeah,
there we go.
Even dot effects, yeah. And so you can bring in any champions, but you will fight with only hero champions. That's the first thing. Yeah. The second thing is the other accompanying node is going to increase the ability accuracy of all the hero champions by 10% for each hero. Now it's also a multiplicative increase, not additional one. So basically, it means that, let's say if you have one hero on your team and your ability chance to trigger was 50%, then it's going to be 55%.
Okay.
So that
Yeah,
is
I
what you
remember
know.
them
So
saying that.
basically, champions will get more ability accuracy, but it's not going to be as drastic of an increase as it would be otherwise. And no,
Right.
I do not mean 60%. I mean 55, because
55,
10%
yeah,
of 0.5 is
is
5%, and that is what
5%.
gets
Yeah.
added to your 50%. So if you have, let's say, two
They,
hero champions with you, I believe it is going to be like about 60% ability
yeah.
accuracy instead of
Kabam
50%, and
Kabam
so on and so
Mike
forth.
kind of explained it a little bit more in detail. Like he showed him an example for the multiplication, but yeah, it's basically whatever your base ability accuracy is, then times, and then in parentheses if you're in school, whatever that is times that percentage. That's yeah. He said it somewhere. I don't know if it
Yeah,
was
I
in
think it's
this
summer
particular
here as well,
There it
but
is. There it is. I think.
it might be
Isn't it?
that.
No, no,
But
that's
yeah, anyways. Okay, so it was that one. I'll rewind there. So we do know that for
okay.
a fact now. We also know how they will separate classes. Now, we do not know whether these are implicit or explicit chapter requirements, as in each chapter will have class-based champion requirements, but they did not specify. Oh, never
Like
mind. Benefit the challenge and benefit the champions required to enter. So, okay, so
yeah.
this is going to be explicit. As in, explicit means like variant 1, where you cannot bring in any other class champion under any circumstances
Yeah.
in these said chapters. So it's exactly like variant
However,
1, except it's changed up there.
yeah, I was gonna say, did you notice that? I actually like that because they've always kept it. It was kind of like the same as with the dual crystals. They always
Yeah,
kept skill and mutant together. They always kept mystic and science together. They
yeah.
always kept
So
cosmic.
they did
I'm
change up
glad
there.
they changed it up because, think about it. Skill and tech. That's a good combination. As is
Yeah, they
mystic
kind
and
of like
mutant
cover
and
for each other,
cosmic
and
and
I think
science.
Mystic and Mutant too. So I did
Yeah.
like the fact, but obviously there is still the concern of historically they have done absolutely awful with any content where they
Yeah.
go to class
Let's.
specific restrictions, explicit class specific restrictions especially. So we're gonna get to that, but yeah. So now we know that you can bring in non-heroes for synergies. We know that heroes will gain extra ability accuracy, and we know the classes that they're going to be split into. We do not know rest of the nodes and stuff like that. I can tell you guys from top of my head though that the bosses will be 5 different spider heroes and the Cyclops for Cyclops reasons, I suppose. And anything else you want to add about things that we have had clarified? We can go over a couple of great champions that could be potentially awesome.
I was gonna say your video that we had suggested you make, and you did, about the top evade counters for each class is gonna be very helpful to people. I think that you'll probably be able to make another video probably about what the top choice for heroes for each chapter may be based on just knowing the classes. If you unless you want to wait till it comes out, I will
I'm
say,
considering that.
yeah, I will say that the the surprising thing for me, I like everything I'm seeing on paper. Obviously, I need to see it in action. The surprising thing for me was they didn't change the rewards. And the reason why it's surprising is if you look at the past 6 variants, every 2 variants have the same rewards and the next one gets changed. Now, maybe because they're moving to do more a year now, maybe they'll have 3 that are the same and maybe next time.
Maybe. Like to me, though, it wasn't like overly all that surprising. I didn't really expect them to change the words. But also, to me, in my head, variants have changed their meaning. And I hope you're gonna follow me. First of all, don't get it from the. Don't think of it me as complaining about the rewards. No, because I still see a ton of value in the variant rewards. And I do think for the amount of effort required, it is the most rewarding content in the game. However, when variants 1, 2, and 3 came out, even though they have, let's say, proportionally worse rewards, that was some top end game shit. Like, a lot of people still avoid variant 1, for example, and many people avoid even like variant 2 100% exploration just because it's longer, and Yellow Jacket's more annoying now. But in general, as a point was, that variant was very feared, respected piece of content. People genuinely struggled with, used quite a lot of items to complete / explore them, and rewards were worth it. People still like them, well, maybe less so with variant 1, but 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 one second. I don't know what's happening here again. Voice connected, so hopefully you should be able to
Yeah,
hear me.
I can hear you again.
Yeah, I don't know why is it dropping.
What was the last thing that you heard me say? I'm sorry. Rewards?
Yeah, surprised they didn't change the words a bit more, but
Surprise? Yeah. I'm sorry. That was the last thing, and all I was saying was that I don't think they can get away with doing it for the next variant also,
well,
and
no,
the
well,
lack of T2A is the only thing I see as a problem. But the rewards from Glory is good.
yeah. Okay, so
That's all I said.
here was what I was saying about variants. Variant used to be top piece of content, kind of like it used to stand neck to the rewards that we got from whatever act content we were doing. It used to be like very feared, hard piece of content that rewarded you well. And now variants are easier. I have without fail, without problem, completed / explored last several ones without using a single item. Only item I used, I believe, on variant 4 was the 1-star chapter where you kind of had to because of magic, unless you get like extremely lucky and try to redo that path 15 times. But in general, the variants have gotten like easier from my perspective, because obviously my account has grown, my roster has grown, and the difficulty level of variants has not really. And also the importance of those rewards. Like when variant 1 came out, I believe I had like 2 rank 5 5-star champions, and getting the third one was huge. Getting the third one would be like 50% increase, like, to amount of top ranked champions in game I have. And right now, missing out on variant rewards, obviously I'll do it. It wouldn't be too fast if I missed out on some 5-star rank up gems and stuff like that. Literally only 2 items I kind of care about there, like, or only 3, like the 5,000 6-star shards, which is neat, but even a cow monthly offers more 6-star shards than that. And 25% tier 5 class catalyst, fragment crystal, and some tier 5 basics, which are all great, very, very valuable resources, but there is a significant amount of them available in every kind of like endgame piece of content. So for me, variant has gone down from this top piece of content that I'm very excited for and I accept as a challenge, to something that I look at, let's say, slightly beefier monthly event quest.
Yeah, I look at it as a quarterly event quest, and I think that's what they should market it as a quarterly event quest that we get to do every quarter. And it's there forever, so obviously, as you get in the game later, you have a backup to do all these different ones.
That's
It's
what
also
I
like a
love variants
record.
for. They're so great for like growing a small account. So important.
Yeah, like on my baby account, I'm about to start exploring all the variants and getting more things to rank up my champions now. So that's kind of nice. But the gold, it's nice to see 4 million gold too. That's a nice, that's a good chunk of gold for people that need it. Yeah.
But yeah, in
So,
general, overall, obviously, I'm still happy about variant. It's just I'm not gonna go on the record and say that I'm as excited for variant 7 as I was for variant 3 or variant 2, for example, because the rewards overall have not progressed as much as my account has, but neither has a difficulty, so I don't feel bad about it. I'm just not as excited for it. It just doesn't hit the same box anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
As long as
I almost kind of wish there would be a higher difficulty of variant, which has like juicier rewards, but is a lot harder and kind of like brings back my item usage like I did in variant 1.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the future maybe we start getting variant plus, which is like variant plus difficulty. Like it's another difficulty, like Cavalier difficulty. Excuse me, Cavalier difficulty of variant, but they may call it something different,
Or like variant challenge mode, something,
something. I could see that in the future, but right now the way the game is, I think they won't do that until they're done with Act 7 at
Yeah,
the
me neither.
earliest.
Right now, the only
but I
thing aside from 7.2 that I'm looking forward is hopefully eventually Summer of Pain with a year delay.
Summer of Pain delayed by Corona, yeah. But yeah, 2017 stones are not a big of a problem. I see people
Oh
complaining about
yeah,
that.
I actually I
2017,
don't mind at all. I'd much rather have 2017 and all the generic stones than let's say 2018 random stones. You know what I mean? Oh,
especially because if you look at it, all the champions that are getting buffed right now
exactly.
are from 2017, 16, or 15.
Yeah,
So you get the ability. Just don't rank up those champions on your own. Wait, at least don't rank them to rank 4. So that way you have the ability to get them from these gems. You can rank them up because there's a lot of good champions. Like I haven't ranked up. I did rank up my Falcon with one of them. I didn't rank up my Kingpin. I didn't rank up my Howard the Duck yet. None of those because I'm gonna probably use some of these gems to do that,
yeah,
especially
no.
when there's a level up
I
event.
used one of these gems. I used one of these gems to rank up like crossbones. I had one left.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting for more gems to perhaps rank up Angela. Why not if I ever decide to take her to rank 5 as a 5-star?
She was my first rank 4, so I can't really use the
Yeah.
3 to 4 one on her. But yeah, I mean, definitely that's something. It'll be interesting to see. But I'll say the rewards are not bad. When they
For the
update
amount of
them to
effort required, I still look at this as some of the best rewards for effort
yeah.
required.
No, it's definitely one of the better content out there that's easily accessible to most people. When I
Yeah.
say most, obviously beginning players going to have a little bit tougher time with a limited roster. But yeah, this is definitely a really good one. I will say that when they refresh the rewards, I would like to see the Tier 5 class Catalyst Fragment be a Nexus, if not a Selector, and T2 Alpha to be in there somewhere as well as 6-star Signature Stones, possibly. But that's it. That's all I'd like to see, and maybe add a little bit more difficulty to get those. That's fine too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely going to be there watching it with you and commentating and reading the chat for you when it goes live on Wednesday. So
Right. So that's where in 7. Now, we had another point which we kind of covered, so I'm not going to spend too much time about it, and that's
right,
the side event quest and the problem with it
yeah, we
and the
we
reward
kind of touched on
randomness.
it.
And I
Yeah,
don't think we need to discuss too much. I think we kind of covered most of it, and we have been
the
going
only
for a
thing,
while. But let's
yeah,
talk
the
about
only
the
thing,
random rewards as such. How
yeah,
have you
that's what I
been?
wanted to bring up. The random awards have been shit, and the reason why I say that is because I've done it every day so far. The past 4 days. Okay, for example, and I've done it on legendary, which is the hardest one, and it's not easy. It's about a little bit harder than uncollected difficulty, but not as hard as cavalier difficulty event quest. I think that's a good way to measure it. It's kind of because of the way the nodes are and you can only bring in 3 champions, it's really kind of a mix between those two together. Um I've gotten a lot of gold, like as one of the 7 rewards each time because you get 7 random rewards. I've gotten 350,000 gold, 1,500 6-star shards, which is actually more than I thought I would be getting because a lot of people haven't got
I
more than
wanted to say, in
300
that case,
typically.
you have been kind of hitting the
I've
jackpot. I
been
don't know what
that
are you
one.
complaining about.
That was only because of last night though. I got 900 from last night alone. But besides that, 6,300 tier 1 alpha fragments, 4,200 tier 2 alpha fragments, 14,400 tier 4 basic fragments, 2,000 tier 5 basic fragments, 1,000 5-star shards, 350,000 gold, I think I said, one 5-star generic sig stone. That was one of the rewards last night. Good fu to them. And then one of the 5-star sig zone crystals. I've gotten 4 of those, and then I've gotten 7,200 fragments of T4CC for Mystic. So besides the 1,500 6-star shards, which that was the highlight, everything else has been crap. Like I don't need tier 1 alpha fragments. I don't need tier 4 basic so much. I don't need gold as much, though some people do. But one sig stone generic and then 4 crystals, which is only +1 also, even though I think originally it said +5, but it's only +1. And then T4CC fragments, not even a full crystal. Like they should be giving full crystals out for this, not a fragment. Or
Well,
10 of the random if they really want to.
Okay, so like with me, I only went once, and I didn't get anything great. You guys can check it like on my YouTube. I don't
Well, the
even
first one was
remember. I
horrible,
think
yeah.
there was like one stack of 5-star hero shards. There were like a couple of stack of tier 1 and tier 2 alphas, and a generic 5-star 6 on as well and supply. And it really doesn't feel good. Like it really doesn't. Like here's the only kind of like redeeming quality of this event and being so random is that overall you do get like, let's say, a lot of chances at whatever can be in there, because like every day technically you get 7, so 7 times 28, but that would be like what, 140 plus 7 times 8, 100 and, well, 50, like about 196 goes at random number generator is what you get in this
Right.
side event.
Yeah.
So overall, basically, you should kind of like, assuming you get nearly 200 goes, so you kind of should reflect the statistical odds there fairly precisely. It's not like you have 5 goes, like, it's not like you're opening 5 crystals
Yeah.
and whatever pops out. So
But
over the course of month, it should theoretically for most players kind of like even out, and you should kind of like get
it
close-ish,
should.
but it
I
might
was
not.
gonna
And
I
also,
was
it does not
gonna
make it feel better when you kind of like
No.
do a very hard fight against some sort of stupid Spider-Man for a 5-star signature stone crystal. Obviously, you can skip it, at
yeah.
which point you dislike the side event even more. But it also
Yeah.
it feels kind of like shit no matter which choice you make. Whether you skip it, you feel like a loser for not grabbing most of the rewards the best you can. And if you do take the fight, and you're just mad at yourself for doing it for a shitty 5-star signature stone crystal. So
Yeah.
I
I
don't
skipped
think
it on my
that
baby.
I like the event. I actually kind of like the difficulty because I personally welcome some things that can wake me up a bit, and this event is like hard enough to wake me up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't like auto fight it. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, but what I'm saying is it's like, but the difficulty doesn't match the rewards, at least as of right now. So I challenge you to keep track of it. Since you've only done one, it's pretty easy for you to keep track of everything you get throughout the month, whether you do it on Excel sheet or whatever. But I'm keeping track of it. And I'm going to look at what it is at the end of the month because as of right now, if I didn't get those 3 6-star shards last time, because the time before that I had got 4 gold in a row. Like literally, it was gold, 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 and it was 50,000 each. I'm like, seriously? Like this is not worth it. This is so stupid. I don't need this 50,000 gold for 3 fights that are going to take me a couple minutes each. It's annoying.
Yeah, I know.
So
And
anyway, I just think the rewards they should have tightened
the
up the rewards
I think
like a
there
little
are
bit
too
better.
many items in there.
Yes, that's what I was saying. They should have tightened it up.
That should help.
Get rid of
And
some of the
they
crappy
also
ones.
visually just look like shit. The simple
Yeah, it looks
fact that
bad.
you do like a very tricky fight and potentially will end up like reviving a champion or being forced to skip out on something else whilst fighting for not even a fully formed tier 1 alpha catalyst. I don't know. It's
Yeah, that's what pissed me
I
off the first time I thought I was getting tier 2 alpha and it was tier 1 and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? Tier 1 alpha? Are you kidding here?"
but
Like it
like
pissed me off.
here's the thing with Sidewent overall though. I think they did quite a lot of things right. I don't mind it being harder if I would feel it's worth it. Unfortunately, well, again, I haven't done it as much. But in theory, let's say I don't mind Sidewent every so often Sidewent quest actually being hard. I kind of like it. Like, it pushes you a bit. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people will not. I do. Have expiring items every day anyways. And I do like the fact that it's fairly straightforward. Duel somebody, grab a key, enter the quest, finish the quest, done. Don't have to think about it twice. The
Yeah.
rewards, however, I think are quite bad. I think either they should have done static rewards where every time you enter there are 7 finds. These are 7 items that you can see there, and you can pick and choose which ones you collect, and if you want to skip some of them, skip some of them. Like, you know what I mean? Just narrow this down to
Yeah.
7, take out the RNG aspect of it, and every day you go in there, let's say you get, I don't know, 50 6-star shards or whatever, like, would be the statistical average, or 100 6-star shards. And, like, just kind of like add up all the average and just make it static. Would kind of feel better.
KT, you know what I would have done? If you want to make it RNG, do like the Modoc lab where you got 2 dice a day and you could re-roll it once you go in there. And you could at
Oh
least
yeah, that would
try
be
it.
kind
Like
of
you
cool
get
if
a
they
shit
gave us some
if you
dice
get
to
a
reroll the
shitty
rewards, I suppose.
Yeah, if you get a shitty roll, you can re-roll it like once or twice. So you're not wasting another key. You're just able to re-roll it and see like, oh my god, this is so trash. I'm gonna re-roll it, and it may be better, it may be the same, or it may be worse.
Yeah, that
But at
would have
least you
made it
get
a
an
lot more
option.
interesting if you could go in, check out the rewards.
Just re-roll it one time. Just let me re-roll.
Once a day or
like,
twice a day, something like that.
Yeah, once a day, twice a day,
That
you
would
can
be
re-roll.
so
you can
much
stack
better.
them up.
That side event would have been so much more exciting. You'd
You
still
see?
arguably got crap. Like, reroll twice and you are worse off than you started. But at the very least, it's more interactive, it's more exciting. But anyways.
That's what I'm saying. I just made the event better, and I didn't even.
Yeah, I did.
It took 2 seconds.
I'd much prefer that. I'll be honest.
If you're gonna make it RNG, give me a chance to re-roll it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways,
okay.
But let's leave the side event.
That's it. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. If we're leaving side event, we do have a bigger issue to talk about. And bigger issue, obviously, the biggest issue.
Can we just talk about what happened? Just roll it on. And of course, we're talking about Alliance Quest. But so we were supposed to be getting our 8.5 season kickoff yesterday. Everybody, the new update to the Glory store. It's going to get you so much better, especially if you're Thronebreaker. And then,
well, Glory store is better.
Well, which it is. No, don't get me wrong. No, that as soon as it launched, it was bugged until you logged out of the game and came. Then all of a sudden it was there. I was like, okay, cool. But then all of a sudden people started going, wait a minute, why can't, like, the officers and leaders are like, we can't start Alliance Quest. It was supposed to start today, right?
And like, where's AQ?
Yeah, so where's AQ? So then, like, multiple threads on the forum started popping up. It took them about 30, 40 minutes to actually acknowledge it. And what they said was, there was an error. It's going to start 2 hours later than normal. So like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half from now, it's going to start. So it's going to start 2 hours later. We apologize for the inconvenience.
And it did start 2 hours later.
Which it did, but even then, whenever they had said that, some people were a little upset, so they made another announcement before it started saying we're also going to have 30-minute timers.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so you reduce the time for energy by another 15 minutes. Awesome. That will help us out. People that need to get to bed, that are staying awake, they can go to bed really early. They can burn their energy really quick. Cool. So comes time. Alliance Quest starts where you can open it up 2 hours later. You go and open it up. You put everything in. Some people were having trouble where it didn't let them select modifiers. I heard about some people, but they restarted it and somehow it fixed it. So the people that start it, they start it and they go in there and they use, like, the map 7 players use their 30 tickets and, oh shit, the Alliance Quest ends in 29 minutes and 57 seconds. What the fuck? And the thing is somehow, somewhere, some intern that was working on a Saturday changed 30 minutes as, instead of being a 24-hour to complete the map, you had 30 minutes. So once that was over, now people are flooding the forums going, you screwed up. What's going on? What happens whenever the 30 minutes are up? Don't enter. Don't start. Blah, blah. Some people enter. I was telling my Lions, don't start it. Someone didn't read the message and started it, and they joined. They wasted 30 tickets. Okay. And then it was like, people were staying awake, like, okay, are they going to fix it? Do I have to wait? Now they have to wait 30 more minutes before they maybe can start again.
At that point, I think. At that point in the evening, I had gone to bed.
Yeah, and some people were like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm done. So Kabam doesn't respond. 30 minutes timer goes away. They finally delete the message that said originally what was going on. Like, they delete it. They don't have anything up now. They're deleting threads like crazy. They're slapping anyone down that makes a new one. They're just deleting it. The moved threads that went to this other thread, just that thread has been gone. It's been nuked. So they don't want anything going on. They have no idea. Mods are just hiding now. Well, now someone goes, well, day one, maybe if I start it up again, it'll be okay. Maybe, like, it'll finally click. Maybe it was just the first thing. But then people noticed, oh shit, because we didn't finish the map, it dropped our prestige, which is going to affect. And now we're on day 2, not day 1. Holy shit. So they started again, and once again, another 30-minute timer. So 30 minutes to complete your map 7. So at this point in time, it's like, holy shit, what is going on? So now the forums, threads are popping up quicker than you can refresh the page. There's 5 threads every second. All of a sudden, everybody freaks out. They say, and everyone's going, you know what they'll probably do? They'll just cancel today. They'll start it up again tomorrow at the regular time, and we'll just have a 1-day versus a 2-day day off between the next series because they have these on a timer, And
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Instead of doing that, they said, fuck it, threw their hands up and said, guess what? You're not getting any goddamn compensation. There's nothing. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Alliance Quest will start on April 18th. You are done. Goodbye. And then everybody got really pissed. And then everybody was like, oh my God. Okay, well, we're going to give you some form of compensation, but you're not getting rewards this week. So I can't spend anything on the New Glory store because I don't have a week, which I normally would get rank up materials and other things. And now we're waiting to see what the fuck are they going to give us as compensation because they have to at this point in time.
I know. I can just imagine literally somebody in Kabam office going like just flipping the desk like fuck it, just cancel the whole shit. Like
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, somebody just said, "Oh fuck it, I'm done." Just flip the damn table over, and they're like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'm going on vacation." This was my last day before vacation. I'm going on vacation early.
But yeah, no IQ this week. Basically, the moral of the story, that too long didn't read version is no Alliance
Yeah.
Quest this week.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I was making it. I was trying to
yeah, I
go through
understand.
everything,
I understand. Like
but I was trying to
it
go
was
through
great.
it
It was
as
good.
like a
Like I
very.
enjoyed it. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I was laughing through it.
All you can do is laugh about it now because it's like seriously, it's literally the only way. And really, I'm not really worked up, guys. I was just doing it for the laughs, the lulls. But yeah. That's really what it comes down to. I try and provide the entertainment for KT's audience and KT even himself because everybody needs a nice little laugh, and that's all you can do when it comes down to something
When
like
it comes
this is
down to
just
shit
have
like
a
this, it's
laugh.
like it's cry or laugh.
So what I suggest is the compensation, and I don't know what you think about it, is just give everyone the same rank rewards you got the week before and
Yeah,
move
exactly.
on.
That's kind of like my that what I just posted a video about it like a couple hours earlier. That's what I also suggest
Yeah.
as a best and most reasonable option. I have seen some
Yeah,
people.
just
I have seen some people talk about compensation. I think 6-star Nexus and shit like that.
oh man, every time they say
And then
compensation,
there's like a
6-star
fucking
Nexus.
yobo going. He's like, I want a 6-star Nexus.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
thank
yeah,
you
here we
guys.
go.
A lot of people in the chat apparently really enjoyed my act
Yeah.
there. I like to think of it as a combination of the comedian. Oh God, what was his name? He used to yell all the time. Sam Kinison
I,
and the guy in Mad Money all the time that's on
I don't know.
TV. So that
But
was
anyways,
my mix.
yeah,
But yeah, I think they
yeah.
just need to do that. They need to give us that way we
I
can
think
use some
they
glory.
literally, if they give everybody everything that they earned the week before, there will be a
Yeah.
couple of people, let's say, I don't know, a small percentage of the people who will still be like not entirely happy because last week they didn't do Alliance Quest seriously or
something.
whatever
Yeah.
else, well,
Well,
But
you're still
overall,
gonna
vast
miss out.
majority of the player base, as a matter of fact, will be like, okay, cool. So I get my regular
Yeah.
rewards, and I don't have to put all this time, effort, possibly spend
Yeah.
my items and stuff like that. And I can just take it easy for a week and be fairly chill.
Honest truth, KT. When I heard that Alliance Quest was actually going to be gone for a week, I was like, oh, I actually feel good about that because Alliance War is ending. We got one more war we got to do. I can relax. I don't have to worry about waking up early or going to bed late or anything like that. I can actually just. It almost feels like a little bit of a vacation, and I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
Um,
are like that, and definitely a lot of people will enjoy the week of AQ if they get their stuff. If if Kabam gives nothing or gives something shitty to everyone, then
oh,
there
they're
will be
gonna
a
lose.
riot.
People are gonna lose their shit.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna lose their shit. I mean, like, there's gonna be something sent to Kabam headquarters, and nothing violent or anything, but there may be a bag of poo in there. It may be feces, and it's not from me. I'm just saying somebody's probably going to do it. But someone asked about the Morales getting a buff. Yeah, they didn't say when. They did announce
He's
him
getting new
and
animations as well, just FYI.
yeah, new anime. He's gonna complete like animation overhaul, but basically they announced him and Black Panther at the same time, saying that they were coming in the future. And Black Panther, we know for a fact, is coming next month. So he may be coming next month. He may be coming a couple months later. We don't know, but all I know is he is still coming. Devil, they didn't forget about it. But yeah, so hopefully the people that did use Alliance tickets,
Oh, they said that
which
they
funny,
will be returning the
just
tickets.
well, they always do, but how long does it
Yeah,
take
that's
is what
also true.
but the people that did enter Alliance Quest and such did get weak rank rewards. They didn't get a lot, but I mean, like, some people got like 100 glory and stuff like that, which was hilarious. But I mean, at least that's something. I almost entered because I remember that's what happened last time too. But I was like, it's not worth my 30 tickets for like
Yeah,
100 glory. So
I didn't enter anything because I was
yeah,
thinking
I
about
was
it. Like,
like, I'm not touching this with a 20-foot pole. In fact, that was
yeah.
right after the whole thing happened with your channel, and I was talking to people, and then I was in between having to calm people down with that and let people know what was going on when I found stuff out. Then I had to let alliances know what the hell was going on. My old alliance, as well as my current alliance, was asking me shit because for some reason I'm the only one that reads stuff. So yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
been interesting.
it's a fun thing. Like again,
Yeah.
entering again on hindsight, we should have expected something to go wrong. Like I don't know why we all got caught out by surprise. This is literally
Because this
AQ
is the
season
same thing.
8.5. When have they ever? Remember what
Well,
was
when
happening at the beginning of AQ season
7.5.
8.5?
No. 7.5, they had the same problem.
Yeah, and I think at 8 as well, we had like a
Maybe it
week
was
or
8.
two
Yeah,
when
I know
everything
for a
was
fact
screwed.
7.5 had this issue,
Yeah,
but yeah,
probably.
8 maybe
So,
it was the same thing. Yeah, it
so
was just
on the hindsight, I don't understand how we thought it's gonna be okay. Like
yeah, I don't know. Especially for it start on a weekend. It seems like every time this happens, it starts on a Friday or Saturday or even a Sunday. It always starts on the weekend when they
uh,
make these changes, and always something bad happens. So because I
uh
remember, I think last time it happened, it was like on a Sunday,
I
and it was like,
swear
oh
to
my
God, like
Jesus.
I kind of feel that like Mr. Bean is filming a new movie in Kabam headquarters, and that kind of like explains
Yeah,
everything that's happening. Like,
I
Rowan
was
Atkinson just wandering around, just like tapping shit randomly.
I was kind of, any Seinfeld fans out here, I was kind of waiting for George Costanza to show up at the end and just hold up one little thing showing this plug was unplugged and that's why everything went to hell or
Yeah,
something,
pretty much all that.
But
Honestly, I just generally
anyway,
feel that like just take a look. There's gonna be Rowan Atkinson in like Kabam headquarters trying to design a champion.
seriously, yeah. Trying every time he tries to do something, he messes something else up, and that's why we have all these issues and stuff like that. Anyway, but yeah, so we'll
Uh,
get some kind of
but yeah, we'll see.
compensation,
We'll see exactly what
hopefully.
happens. Obviously, it's Sunday. They're probably gonna post it tomorrow, what they have decided at some
Or
point,
they
and
may wait till Wednesday. They may wait till
they
middle of the
might wait
week.
till Wednesday.
It'll
We'll
be
see.
still before because the next Alliance Quest is going to start a week from today, so it'll start next Sunday. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think next Monday. No, whatever. Maybe. Oh no, 8 days. Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah. Never
18th.
mind.
It's
Sunday.
17th. Yeah,
Next deck is
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
start next Sunday.
It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay.
No.
I got you, brother.
Yeah.
That's what we're here
But
for.
yeah. So that's
Last
that.
thing you want to talk about,
And
unless anything
the
else you want to
last bit,
mention.
I suppose, now, well, is
Yeah.
obviously that I made a video about what happened to my channel, but in case you or anybody else have any like direct questions they want to ask me, and I'll basically give a brief version. So, what I suspect probably was a culprit was a sponsorship offer, which actually kind of like was very, very like realistic, like as in like it was a legit game from a legit gaming company, from a game on Steam that actually was about to launch. They had already promo materials like on the Steam site and like pictures and gameplay and everything else, which also kind of like makes me think that whoever was sending these messages to me with the offers and propositions and pretending to be speaking on behalf of that company probably wasn't,
Mhm.
because a scammer wouldn't go to that amount of effort to kind of like create the backstory. So they
Oh,
probably just took a random game and just, made the story
they
up.
usually.
Which
What
also
ends up happening?
probably means it could literally be anybody who
Oh yeah.
plays
No, it
the
could be
game.
anybody.
And
It's
anyways,
they
but
this
long.
scam.
Hmm?
It's just to let you know, KT. This scam's been going on for almost
Oh,
a
I
year
know
now,
it
and
has been
yeah,
going on, and I have
they
always been very careful, and I have always avoided
yeah.
the clinks
I'm
and
I'm
the
not
stuff like that.
blaming you for it at all because again, it's just they just catch people when you're least expecting it. But what ends up happening is they always look for a game on Steam that is not too big. It's not from a huge publisher, but it's a smaller game, one that you would think be looking out to try and get people to
Yeah,
give them that
exactly.
information and looks legitimate, but they're no way concerned part of that company. They're
Yeah.
just pretending, and that's what sucks.
And yeah, and the thing is, I also kind of like did everything that I thought I have to do, and I went through everything, deleted everything, checked everything, and scanned and did that, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, yesterday somebody did gain access to my channel, and that was actually such a fucking low point for me as well,
Yeah,
because
I
I had
know.
been struggling as is for the last couple of days. I was feeling absolutely fucking awful, and yesterday was like the day I was trying to, so to speak, get my shit together, like get some work done, did the morning stream, upload some videos, and I was actually like at that moment as it was going down uploading a video, and then I noticed everything that went wrong, and man, like the panic, the stress, the everything, man, it just ripped me to shreds, man. I was still shaking hours later after the fact, like my hands are shaking. Didn't sleep last night at all, like not at all. I took some of my girlfriend's sleeping pills that knocked me out for about 2.5, 3 hours.
Good.
But aside
Well,
from
I mean, you
that,
needed
I
that.
was
You
checking my
needed that.
phone like every half an hour, and I didn't sleep at all last night as well. And man, it's just
That's not good.
such a crazy thing, such a crazy time.
Well, one thing I want to say is we're very glad you got your account back.
Thank you.
Two, you had a lot of people that were pulling for you. The people that were saying other things were in the minority, I can tell you that. And then not only that, but just it's one of those situations. There's not a lot you can do about it after the fact.
Yeah, well,
You can just
like I'll be
protect
absolutely
yourself for the
honest.
future.
I feel extremely fortunate that what
Yeah,
happened
it
yesterday
happened.
didn't turn out to be worse, and literally 24 hours later, I'm kind of getting back to normal. Obviously, I'm still a bit shell shocked, but you know,
You're
I'm streaming, I'm
you're
talking to people, and
you're fortunate, man. And I think it sucks that when it happened, after you've been going through all this crap, and it sucks that somebody would do that to anybody, really. And thank goodness you were up doing things on the channel at the time. So, because really, you acting as quick as you did kind of helped you in the long run, because some people it takes 24, 48 hours to get their channel back. You were able to do it within a span of a couple hours with Google's help and stuff. But honestly, yeah, I'm very happy the way things turned out in the end. Everybody here, um, watching now, and everybody that follows you and everything was very worried, because we knew how important this was. This is your livelihood. We didn't want anything to jeopardize that, and we were here for you the entire
and let me
time. So
correct you
just
there. Everybody
what's
here
that?
except one cunt that disliked. Let's make it absolutely clear.
Oh, well, no, they disliked it because they don't have a life. They have to bring others down. But I mean, everybody that's
No.
actually watching. But yeah,
I
but
just
yeah,
need to double
definitely.
check, man, whether it's everybody or there is somebody. There is one cunt in here.
They probably still care about you, KT. They just have difficulty showing it because maybe they have an inverted PP or something. I don't know. But yeah, we're happy that you're back. I know that sucked. Obviously, if you need anything from us, you just let us know. We're here
Yeah,
for
well,
you, whether
I
it be
don't
the
think
mod
that
team or
much
just in
can be
general.
done right now. The one thing that I would enjoy is I don't know, a bit of a holiday, but I definitely cannot afford one right now. So eventually, one day maybe.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just take time when you need to. But what
Yeah.
I'll tell you is we're all here for you. We're gonna get you back to 34K, so then we can do the abyss stream that we planned on doing.
Finally,
See,
man,
everything
this is
happens for a
starting to get
reason.
like a cursed abyss stream. But
Nah,
yeah,
we'll
we're
get
gonna
it.
get there. We need now. Like I lost about 150 or just under 200 subs, so I think I need about 28 more because like it has increased today back up a bit. So I need about 30 subs basically.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you, man. We'll get you back up there. But all right, guys, cut it out with the disliking. It ain't that funny. But anyway, yeah. So we're glad to have you back, man. Just know you got a lot of people love you and care about you. So
Yeah, but yeah, that is also about it for today. So huge thank you to every one of you for obviously hanging out here, hitting that like button, all the other good stuff. Especially big like to 44 of you out of 79 people watching who actually did
45.
bother to hit that like button.
Oh, also, by the way, we're
And
ending on 69 minutes. Nice.
yeah, nice. But yeah, that is it. So let's say thank you to Mandalorian, and let's finish this up, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.
All right. See you guys. Thank you guys again. See you tomorrow.
See you, folks. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the